Hello and welcome. My name is Donna Gray. I am stamping with DonnaG, and I'm bringing you a live crafting session today. So we've got some exciting things happening. So when you jump on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I keep scanning over here towards the side here so I can see comments. So hopefully I will be able to see your comments when you're commenting and letting me know what's going on. So I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. Anything that I use in my video can be purchased through my online store. I'm using some new and exciting products today, and they are actually not available until the 3rd of January, but I have some awesome news. Hey, Carolyn, how are you going from Canada? Welcome, and thank you for joining me. So I have some exciting news. We have a brand new mini catalogue that's going to go live on the 3rd of January 2020. And you may be saying, oh my Lord, that's like way too long to wait to get these awesome new products. And I agree. So I have a deal for you. If you actually wanted to, hey Kat, thanks for watching. If you wanted to join my Wild Heart Crafters team, you can purchase any of these products in your starter kit starting as of today. So our pre-order, so we as demonstrators are able to order, hey Anne-Marie, we're able to order 1 month earlier than general customers. So that's the fun part of being part of Stampin' Up and being a demonstrator, that we're able to do it. It doesn't mean you can join wholly and solely just to purchase and get a discount. You don't actually, hey Nancy, how you going? Hey Donna. So you don't actually have to sell. If you join Stampin' Up, you can purchase wholly and solely just for yourself and enjoy a 20% discount. So at the moment we have a special going. You can choose $235 and just pay $169. So you get to choose $235 worth of product, and you can choose these brand new products that I'm going to be using today in your starter kit. And you only pay $169. It gets delivered to your doorstep, freight free. Hey Pam, how you going? Hey Heather, how you going? Heather from Canberra, how's the weather down there? I know that they've said that there's going to be snow predicted yesterday, I think it was, or today at Perisher. So it must be awfully cold for you in Canberra, which is really strange for this time of the year. Like, how can we have a white Christmas in Australia? It just doesn't happen. But anyway, so please feel free to ask questions as we go along. I will try and keep my eye over here to the comments on the side, and hopefully I will catch up with the comments as we go along. But I'm actually going to craft using the Painted Poppies and the Forever Blossoms stamp set. And I'm also going to use the new, what's it called? See, they're so new, I can't remember their names. Heartfelt, with the heartfelt punches. So I'm actually going to do something with that as well. Hey Beth, how you going? Hey Mary. On stage in Oregon was amazing. I reckon it would have been, Mary. I would love to do an on stage over in America one of these days. But anyway, I will get there sooner or later. Okay, so I'm going to pop you down onto my desk. So enough chatting. We want to get into the crafting. We'll get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so this is our brand new catalog. I'm not allowed to show you the inside yet, but I can show you the products that I'm using with this catalog. It's freezing and windy, Heather. I thought so. Yeah, it's crazy to think we're getting snow in Perisher at this time of the year in Australia. Like, I look at all these people over in America getting snow and everything, and believe it or not, we're getting snow here in Australia as well. So this is a brand new catalog. Now, if you aren't on my mailing list and you would like to jump onto my mailing list, please feel free to send me an email or message me, and I would be happy to, if you live in Australia, I'd be happy to pop you on my mailing list and pop one of these catalogs in the post to you if you don't already have a demonstrator. If you already have a demonstrator, you need to contact your demonstrator and get a catalog. But if you don't have a demonstrator and you live in Australia, I would love to earn your business. So this is brand new. It's going to be coming on the 3rd of January. We have celebration happening on the 3rd of January right through to the end of March. And that is an awesome time to purchase Stampin' Up products, because for every $90 you spend, you get a free item out of this little brochure here. So there's lots and lots of different things that you can choose from out of this brochure. And if you've seen my unboxing, you would have seen some of those. It's an awesome time to purchase from Stampin' Up from January through to the end of March. But this is also an awesome time to join, because we as demonstrators earn these free products this month in our pre-order. So it's a fun time to join. So what I'm going to do is, I'll get those catalogs out of the way. What I'm going to do is, at On Stage, we had some make and takes, and I didn't make my make and takes, and I have been a long time getting around to this, but I decided that I would do the make and takes today with you. So the stamp sets that we used were Forever Blossoms, Painted Poppies, and Peaceful Moments. And I need to tell you, this one here, I'm going to have an online class with this starting on the beginning of January. So it will be available beginning of January. So if you're interested in doing the online class with me, Rose Ward is from New York, and her and I are teaming up and we're doing online classes. So if you live in the US, you'll be able to buy the online classes in the US off Rose. And if you live in Australia, you'll be able to purchase the online class from myself. So I'm going to bring in, so being part of On Stage, we get to do make and takes. So we get this little packet. It shows us what our card's going to look like, okay? And then we get all the bits and pieces to be able to make the make and takes in our little packet. So I'm actually going to make this card for you today, and it's a really simple card. So if you're new to stamping, this would be an awesome way. Hey Camilla, how you going? Oh, no worries. You caught me for a little while anyway, so you'll get an hour. You'll get most of it in, Camilla. So what I decided to do is make this for you today. So I'm just going to pop those stamp sets out of the way. So we're going to use the Sentiment from the Peaceful Moments, and we're also going to use the Painted Poppies stamp set. So I'll move those right out of the way so I don't lose them. You can't wait for classes. Yeah, they're going to be fun. So Cindy, are you from the US? Okay, so I'm going to take our Poppy Parade base and I'm going to fold that in half. Now you may not be able to see it on the video here, but they've done some stamping with the large poppy in the background. So I'm just going to, this is a brand new stamp set. I haven't had it out yet. So we're going to do that and pop it onto a block. I will actually pop my sticker on so I know where it is, because there's nothing worse than trying to stamp like that and not knowing what you're stamping. So we have these brand new cling mount stamps, which are fantastic. Our old red rubber ones, we never used to put the stickers on because they wouldn't stick real well onto our blocks, but they, you wish 30 minutes of driving to, oh really? Oh Camilla, well you won't get to see everything then. Okay, so I'm going to line this up. Now when you're lining up your stamps, you can see this has like a bit of a square look here and a rounded look there. So I've found the square and the rounded bit. So then what we do is we just place it on and line that up and stick it down, and our sticker will then be on the back, okay? So that works out perfect. So we need the big flower and we need the leaf, just the single leaf. Okay, so big flower and single leaf. So we'll find the leaf one here, there it is. And whenever I get a brand new set, normally what I do before I go to use it, I just sit down and stick all my stickers on. And once you've got all your stickers on, it's fantastic, because then you are right to go. Okay, so I'm just going to pop those stickers back in my case and find a block to mount that one on. There's one there. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, sorry. My phone, yep, I'm still going, so that's all good. Someone just decided to ring me, not knowing that I was live, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Poppy Parade ink pad, and we're going to randomly stamp around on our card base here. So I'm going to ink that up in Poppy Parade. I'm going to stamp one there. I'll stamp another one here, just stamping off. Another one up here. And maybe another one over here. And maybe another one here, stamping off. Like so. So we've got some cute little poppies there. Then we're going to use our leaf and we're going to create some leaves. So this is just creating a really good background, and tone on tone coloring is fantastic for that, for the simple fact that you don't really have to be too particular in where you stamp, but it gives a really nice effect. Another leaf up in there. Some leaves coming down through here. And I'm thinking maybe a leaf there. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Okay, so we've got these gorgeous pieces of designer series paper. You have to love this paper. It is simply gorgeous. It's double-sided. Hey Wendy, how you going? Thanks for sharing. Yes, I'm over Facebook as well. If you could share back to Facebook would be really, really handy for me. If you could share it back to Facebook for me so that people can find me. But yes, Facebook's been playing up with people's live videos lately. So the simple fact is we don't want to muck around and play up with our videos. We want everything to work really well. So I'm also going to do, there's a little bit of stamping. We have this ribbon here, and what they've actually done is taken, there's actually a textured stamp in here, which we'll have to mount that one up, which is that one there. So this textured stamp just here. And we're going to line that up on that one there. So we'll take the stickers off that and that. Okay, so I'm just going to line that one up and stick my sticker on the back, and we'll grab another block. Now this is a really, really fun technique. This ribbon is going to be fantastic. It's brand new in our mini catalogue as well. So we can actually colour this ribbon. So I'm actually going to use, I think I'm going to use Old Olive. Yeah. We might have used Pear Pizzazz, but I'm going to use Old Olive. Okay, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to colour our ribbon with this texture stamp. So you can see you get some really nice different effects on this ribbon just by stamping. I'll pull the ribbon away there. There you go, by stamping the ribbon with our stamps. So this ribbon I think is going to be fantastic, and you can use a lot of the background textured stamps for this to happen. So I thought this was a really fantastic technique because we can now have our ribbon color coded to whatever project we want. So no more do you have to say, we don't have that colored ribbon. We can now color our ribbon to match our project. So that's fantastic that we're able to do something like that. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm just about to, I just want to share this back to, Facebook so that when people are on Facebook, that they may not know how to find me here. So I'm just going to find that and share it back to Facebook. Okay, so as you can see, we've coloured our ribbon. Now it's just a case of assembling this together. So they've used the beautiful stripy side here. And so we're going to use just our Tombow, and we're going to glue that down. Let me see. Please tell me I'm not there. We'll share to Facebook. I'm going to glue that down with my liquid Tombow. If I can get Tombow to come out. There we go. This one's nearly empty, this container. So I'm just going to straddle that about in the top 2/3 of my card. Just like so. Sorry, I'm just sharing here. So that, and then we've got this gorgeous bit of designer series paper. And I have to say, this designer series paper is absolutely beautiful. There's so many different colors, so many different, and you can see here on here, there's a piece of the designer series paper that is so beautiful, just like that. For scrapbooking pages, I think would be absolutely fantastic. And for card fronts, just doing some Love It, Chop It card fronts, absolutely stunning, this one here. So, and it's designed top and bottom, so you could actually use it as a full page layout, top and bottom, and you would have that gorgeous border all the way along, which is absolutely fantastic for, well, most of the hard work is done by actually just using the designer series paper in a scrapbook layout. So super fun. All right, so I'm now going to stop chatting and glue that one down. And it's glued at a little bit of an angle, so it's not actually totally straight. So a little bit screw with. Now, if you have OCD, I suggest you probably won't be keen on doing something like this, but I don't mind doing a little bit of an angle like that. I think it looks quite cute, and it just adds a little bit of interest to your card rather than being straight and flat the whole time. Now, we're going to grab our other stamp set, and we're going to find the sentiment Happy Birthday in here. So this is going to be a really cute birthday card, which is fantastic. And I'm going to grab, I'm just going to stick the sticker on the back. Sorry, I'm running a bit behind time today. I was going to be all organized and have this done, but I had issues with my program. It wouldn't recognize me to go live on YouTube. So I was having a bit of a hard time. Technology challenged, as usual, trying to get it to work. So I'm going to put the happy birthday on there. So we've got that cute happy birthday, so we can stamp that Whisper White piece. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, I should be able to see your comments again. Hey Karen, how you going? Thank you for sharing. Hey Chrissy, how you going? So I'm now going to stamp happy birthday, and I'm looking probably like down that low, but I need to find, there's my black memento. Black memento ink for my happy birthday. So down in that bottom 2/3 is where we're going to stamp it. So happy birthday, just like that. I'm going to pop that aside for a little bit. Actually, no, I can't pop it aside because I need to get it done. Okay, so we're going to tear this. So I'm just going to grab it and tear it. And you don't have to be too particular in how you tear it. You just got to tear it. So just like that. And that looks really, really effective because we're going to then pop that on here. But look how effective that torn look. I was actually watching another Stampin' Up! Demo, and she was saying that one of the ladies that goes to classes and things, she was saying that she couldn't cope with things being torn, like there was something wrong with it. which I think is really, really funny because, yeah, some people think everything's got to be neat and tidy. And you know what? It's crafting. So now I could be challenged here by tying a bow when I've got not enough hands to hold this down, but we will try and see how we go. Okay, I'm gonna just sit a block on there. That could work. Nothing like trying to tie a bow where you need someone to actually hold the middle of it. But there we go. I did it. So I'm just going to rearrange the size of that now, the size of the loops, and tighten it up a little bit. But that looks super cute. Oh, I've got a bit of glue stuck on my finger and it's sticking to the ribbon. Okay. So as I said, if you absolutely love the look of these products and you want to get them early, just saying, join my team. Get a fantastic 20% discount. Okay, so I don't know whether that was popped up, but I'm actually going to pop it up because I think it needs a little bit of dimension happening. It's great to catch me live, Karen. It's great to catch you when I'm live as well, which is fantastic. So I just wanted to have a little bit of a chat while I'm popping up my dimensionals on the back here. I'm doing a 2-day craft retreat. Now, I have 3 weekends that I'm doing in a row. They're 2-day craft retreats, and I'm holding them over 3 consecutive weekends. My first 2 weekends are totally booked out. My 3rd weekend, I have 2 positions left. Now, I'm just going to show you. This is, you get 16 hours. You get to do 8 make and takes. There's optional classes to choose from. And it's $160 for the basic retreat. $50 secures your spot. I have 2 spots left. So I'm just saying that 2 spots available, and if you wanted to book now, hopefully there's a link down in the bottom. If Heather's saying that she's OCD, no tearing or angled for her. And so 2 spots left in my retreat. So if you want to check it out, you just got to go over to my stampingwithdonnag.com website, and you can book in there. And I will send you payment details. So there you go. 1 quick card using the gorgeous painted poppies stamp set. And it's brand new in our new catalogue. So if you want to purchase and you want to wait, you have to wait until the 3rd of January. But if you want to get in early, you can by, as I said, joining my team. Okay. I'll pop that card just there so we can bring it back in when we're finished. So the next card that we're going to make is this one here, and it's using this gorgeous stamp set, Forever Blossoms, which has matching framelits to go with it, and it is fantastic, the framelits. They are gorgeous. You can stamp single flowers, you can stamp the whole spray of flowers, you can stamp the leaves, you can cut them all out with the matching framelits, which is really, really fantastic. And it's a gorgeous set. As I said, that is my first online class that I will be doing in January. And I'm not quite sure whether Rose has had a bit of a sneak peek of what she's up to. But we sat down the other day and we worked out all of our online classes. So we have gorgeous, did I say gorgeous, champagne rhinestones. And this gorgeous ribbon that is petal pink with champagne foiled edges, which is absolutely stunning. So we're going to be using some of these on this card. Beth says she loves the poppies. I think the poppies are going to be very popular, Beth. Part of my retreat, I'm using the poppies set. There's another set that's called Birthday Jubilee, and there's another set which I always forget the name of it. I'll just quickly look it up. These are my optional. Peaceful Moments are my optional classes for my retreat. And I'm also doing kits as an optional thing as well. But if you choose just to do the retreat, I can tell you there is hours of fun doing the retreat. And what better thing to do but to get together with other crafty people, which is fantastic. So I'm holding them 4 times a year. So as I said, my next one is the summer retreat. So the 4 times a year is every time we have a catalogue that comes out. So that's when I'll be holding my retreats. So we've got beautiful pool party cardstock here. We have a piece of designer series paper. We have a piece of vellum. And we also have a piece of Whisper White for our sentiment label. Okay, so we're actually stamping on this designer series paper with the large flower. So, and these are the framelits that go with it. Look at that. So you can cut out the spray of flowers. You can also cut out these flowers, actually emboss as they cut out as well. Same with the leaves, which is fantastic. Got tiny little leaves. You can do so much with this set. Single flower there. We've got single leaves to cut out, and we've also got the double leaf that you can cut out as well. So the framelits are fantastic that go with this set. So I'm just going to grab out the spray of flowers, and I'm going to straddle that. It just fits on this block. I had it on this block the other day. Yeah, there we go. Just fits on that large block. And that block is size E. That's our E size block. So if you get this set, if you have the Stamparatus, you won't need that size block. But if you don't have the Stamparatus, you will need a big block to be able to. You can't wait to place your order tomorrow, Cindy. I know, we're so lucky we get to do it a few hours before you girls over there in the US. I'm sorry, I'm rubbing that in, aren't I? I shouldn't say that. Okay, so I'm going to use Smoky Slate as the grey for this. And I'm going to use a selection of our blends as well. So we're actually going to just ink that up. Okay, and it looks like they've actually stamped it twice. They have. I'm going to bring in my scrap piece of paper again because I don't want to stamp on my desk. Okay, so we're actually going to do one flower up this way in the corner. And we're also going to do another flower down this way. And my Smoky Slate is really inky. I probably should have stamped off, but you know what? We will just go with the flow. Okay, so just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take the paper away, and then I'm going to use my blends to colour. Now, who out there has been struggling with the blends? Who hasn't purchased blends and because they're too scared because they think that they're not going to be able to colour with the blends? Because I am telling you, they do the hard work for us. They are so easy to use. Okay, so I've got Petal Pink, light and dark, and I do apologise because my light is like just about ran out. And I have Old Olive for our leaves. So I'm going to start with our flowers, and I'm going to start with the light Petal Pink. And you will understand when you see this because you'll hardly see my light Petal Pink do much at all, but it is colouring just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to colour our flowers. Now, I suggest only to colour a few at a time because to get your ink to transfer like you want. So this is the dark Petal Pink. So we're actually going to do the centre of the flower with the dark Petal Pink. So we can see a little bit more shading in the middle of our flower. And then we're going to go back over it with our light Petal Pink again. Now you do have to be careful because this is only designer series paper. So be careful with how much ink you use. Margaret says she's never heard of them before. Are you talking about the blends? I can tell you they are absolutely lovely. Colouring is so relaxing. And our blends just make it really, really easy. So I've just done some of the dark petal pink in the middle of the flower there again. So I'm going to colour this one with my light petal pink. So I've done dark petal pink and light. Now you can choose which way you do it. You don't have to go one way or the other. You can put the dark down first and then go the light over it. You can do it the other way. You can do the light down first and then do the dark over it. It's totally up to you and what works for you. There is no golden rule. So the only thing I suggest is, as I said, to make sure that you only do one flower at a time so that your ink is still wet, so you can get that ink to spread and blend really well, because the idea is popping a lot of ink down. Whereabouts are you from, Margaret? Are you from Australia or are you from overseas? Where are you watching from? So we have like just about all the colours in the rainbow in our blends now, which is fantastic. They keep bringing new ones out all the time. If we've got new colours, they bring new ones out for us. So it's taken my crafting to a whole different level, being able to colour our stamped images, because I would have shied away from this type of stamping because I couldn't colour it, and I was not into colouring in my stamp and getting it to be coloured on my project. So I actually shied away from this type of stamping. But I can tell you, since our blends have come out, I absolutely love. Oh, you're from Victoria, so welcome. Is it freezing cold down in Victoria? I think I did get told that the weather is quite miserable and cold down there at the moment. And if we're getting snow in Perisher, I dare say that you poor people in Victoria will be copping the cold weather too. It's actually quite warm up here. We had a really stormy weekend, all weekend last weekend. And we have, you may have remembered Theo, who used to appear in my videos quite often. Well, Theo's only very young. He's only nearly 2 years old, our cat, and he has never really had much to do with storms. And I can tell you, he was freaked out all weekend. He spent most of the weekend hiding under our lounge and wouldn't come out, and it was so funny. He just didn't understand the noise of thunder. And he was like straight under the lounge and didn't come out. That was where he was. And he was like, nope, I'm safe. And because he's grown, he used to be able to get under the lounge quite comfortably. And because he's grown, it was quite hard to get him out from under the lounge once he got in under there. So I'm just using our old olive. That was our light old olive. Oh, you're on the border of Victoria and New South Wales. Okay, so when you say you're on the border of New South Wales and Victoria, are you around the Wodonga area? Because I can remember I went to Albury for a hockey competition with my girls, and we stayed, the competition was in Albury, and we stayed at Wodonga, and Wodonga was in Victoria and Albury, and it was just a case of going over a bridge and you were in a different state. It was quite funny, actually. I've travelled quite a bit around Australia with hockey. With my eldest daughter was a state hockey player, and she was in the state system for about 6 years. So we've travelled the countryside a lot, as far as I've been to hockey fields in lots of different places. Okay, so I'm just with my dark, I'm going through, and then I'm going to go back through with my light and just go over that shading that I've done with my dark old olive, and that just adds a little bit more interest into your leaves and creates a little bit more dimension to your leaves. So there you have a beautiful colored image. Now this reminds me of being what was I going to say? You get the Memories and More cards, and we have the Magnolia Memories and More cards. This is what it brings memories of, the Memories and More cards, because this is what you get already printed, but we've just made our own. So that is super exciting. Hey, Catherine. That's okay. Joining late doesn't matter. We've only made one card, so you've only missed one. So now we have a sheet of vellum, and then we have this gorgeous layer over the top. So I'm actually going to stick my vellum down with a bit of Tombow, because it's totally okay, because that layer is, normally with glue through vellum, you can see the glue through the vellum, and I'll show you this when I glue this down, because you're going to look at it and you're going to go, ooh, you can see that, okay? So this is what happens. I'll bring it up closer. That's what happens when you use glue under vellum. But it's totally okay, because this bit is going to sit over the top. So it's totally okay. We can do that because our layer on the top is actually going to cover up where we've popped our glue on. So now I'm going to pop this layer up on dimensionals. And I'm going to use all the edges of my dimensionals. Oh, okay, so it's left of where you live, yeah. I actually thought it was quite funny, Margaret, that, yeah, we'd drive over the bridge and we were in a different state. Like it was, and I know that that's what happens when you go across the state borders, but it was just really funny that we were actually staying in Victoria of a night and we were going to hockey in New South Wales of a day. So, but it's actually quite interesting to see that they're getting snow down around the snowy mountains and things, because even my husband said, oh, maybe we should cancel our beach trip at Christmas time and head to the snow. And I said, it would be nice to have a nice cool Christmas. Okay, so I'm just going to, that's up on dimensionals, and our vellum is a nice border on the background there. So now the stamp that we're going to use, is it in this one? Yes, Always and Forever. This is a beautiful stamp set, like for wedding cards and things. It's got some lovely sentiments for things like that. I'll grab a block to put that on. There. And I'm going to use my Smoky Slate ink again. So as I said, if you've only just started watching and you've joined, if this is the first time you've watched me too, please feel free to hit the subscribe button down below in that bottom corner. Because when you hit the subscribe button, you get notified every time I go live or every time I upload a video. And if you turn on the bell notification beside it, you will definitely not miss any of my videos. So now I need to, we didn't actually have the label to go with it. So I'm just going to use one of these ones. I didn't get the punch that goes with it. And I'm going to punch that sentiment out. So Always and Forever. This is the Pretty Label punch. Now it's in our annual catalogue at the moment. So you can purchase this right at this very stage. Back up there. Okay, now they've done a really super fun thing with the ribbon here. So we've got this gorgeous ribbon. As I said, it is petal pink and it has the gorgeous champagne gold sort of colour on the outside. So it is probably going to be one of my favourites. Now the way I would do this is pop a bit of double-sided tape down underneath where our sentiment's going to go. So I'm just going to pop a bit of double-sided tape there and another bit just below it. And with my pokey tool, take the backings off. And that way we can arrange our ribbon underneath here in that double-sided. So they've done like a zigzag. You can see here a zigzag with our ribbon. So we're going to place it like so. We're then going to zigzag it like that. And then zigzag it another time like that. And then hopefully that's going to sit there nicely. I could actually do my zigzags a little bit bigger. So oh no, I'm not going to be able to do that. Am I? Yes, I can. Just. Oh, that was lucky. Okay, I'm just going to make that zigzag a little bit bigger so we can see a little bit more of that ribbon in. Oh, And I've made a mess of that there. Okay. So I just want to see a little bit more because of that label and how big it is. I wanted to see a little bit more of that ribbon popping out from behind our label. So you can see there, that's super, super cute getting that zigzaggy ribbon in behind. So now I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back of that sentiment label. And as you can see, I'm using all of the edges of my dimensionals. Never ever waste them. I always think it's such an accomplishment when I get to finish off a whole sheet of dimensionals and I've used every single thing. You think you'll need a notebook, Margaret, while you're listening to me? Do you know what? If you ever have any crafting questions, please don't hesitate to contact me and ask me because I'm happy to help. I'm totally self-taught, so by watching YouTube, that is how I have taught myself over the years. So now I'm going to use some of these gorgeous rhinestones, our champagne rhinestones. So I'm just going to use, I need my take your pick tool, but my take your pick tool is missing at the moment. So I'm just going to pop one up there. So we've got a couple of different sizes in these. That's a medium one, so I think I'll use a medium one. Just there. And a large one can go down here. But those rhinestones just make that. Everything needs a little bit of bling. So there's card number 2. So we've made this one here and this one here. So now what I'm actually going to do is, instead of a pre-designed card, I'm actually going to craft on the fly. I don't have anything organized, but I absolutely love this gorgeous stamp set, the Heartfelt, and it has 2 matching punches, and it has designer series paper, which is to die for, and I also have, if I can find them in my box here, we have these cute little hearts, and there was one other thing that I had, which I don't know, I've been in this box and stuff. No. Oh, where's the ones I used? Sorry, I'm just scratching around for these ones. Yes, okay. And so we have these gorgeous little faceted sequins, faceted dots actually, in all different sizes. So it is, thank you, such a pretty card, thank you. So these are gorgeous, absolutely. I'll hold that up. You probably can't see, it's a little bit blurry. But faceted dots that you can use with your glue dots, which is fantastic for making some cute projects. Oh, you got my email on your phone? You're such a newbie. Well, welcome, Margaret. And Margaret, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to send you one of our brand new mini holiday catalogs. And if you ever wanted to have a chat, send me a quick email and we can have a chat. If you're new to crafting, I love helping people that are new to crafting. It is what I do. I love teaching people how to make things. And that's the whole fun of it. Actually, like starting from scratch and learning. Hey, Matthew, how you going? That's okay. It doesn't matter that you're late. You're here anyway, so it's all good. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut a card base. So I'm going to show you from scratch my thought process on how I'm going to make a card. So this here is a real red card base. So with my paper trimmer, and I just want to show you how this has been cut. We have an A4 sheet of paper. Okay, so our sheets of paper come like this, an A4 sheet of paper. You can get one card base. If you cut down the middle, you can get one card base one side and one card base the other side. So you should always use your paper wisely. Now I cut mine at 5 3/4. So what I do is on my paper trimmer here, I go over to 5 3/4 and I cut it down at 5 3/4. Then our paper trimmer is fantastic, and this is available in my online store right now, this paper trimmer, and I can tell you I would not live without my paper trimmer. And then I'm going to take it over to the 8-inch mark here and cut it at 8 inches. Okay, so it's 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches. And this is my thought process. I start with the base and I work up from that. So I'm actually going to fold that base in half and use my bone folder. So a bone folder creases your crease really nicely to make your card sit closed really nice. So now we end up with 4 inches this way by 5 3/4 inches this way. So how I work my layers is I go 1/4 of an inch down as I go. So the matching color that matches this is Flirty Flamingo. So I thought what I might do is do a layer of Flirty Flamingo. I think I should be able to get it out of this. I'm hoping I can. What's this? Actually I can do it that way. So I'll do 5 1/2 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So that's 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card front, and that gives me an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. Can you see that? That we get that nice border all the way around. Now what I'm looking at, and I'm going to keep that strip because I might end up using that for a sentiment strip. I don't know. As I said, I am going with the flow here. So we have some beautiful designer series paper here. Now, I just want to show you, especially with these hearts, because you're going to say to us, does that punch those hearts out? And the answer is, yes, it does. So my scallop punch, and this is fantastic when you're brand new to crafting. If you don't have a die cutting machine, the punches come in handy, and there's lots and lots of bundles that we have that have matching punches. Can you see that? It punches out that heart. How cute is that? Okay, so we do also have these awesome doilies that we can layer up a Flirty Flamingo doily behind. We can layer up a real red doily behind, like so. Or we can even layer up a white doily in behind. So this bundle is absolutely stunning, I must admit. So we'll leave those out. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. Now we have some gorgeous different paper in here, and I think, is this the one with the, oh no, that's not the one with the stripes. Which one's the one with the stripes? I probably don't have any of the stripes left, but you know what? I'm going to use this bit here. I've actually been playing around with this paper, as you can see by all the cut pieces that I have in here. I've been having a lovely time with it. It's got some really, really cute pieces of designer series paper in here. So I think I'm actually going to do something like this. So as I said, this is the thought process that I go through. So I think what I might do is see if I've got a scrap piece of real red in here that may line up behind this piece. Now I keep all my scraps. Okay, that bit's definitely going to do it. Or this bit. Will this bit do it? Look at that. Just about perfect. Look at that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that scrap piece there. Okay, so I want this to be level with my Flirty Flamingo piece because I did this 1/4 of an inch shorter, so it's 5 1/2 inches. So I'm going to cut my real red at 5 1/2 inches. And I'm also going to cut my designer series paper at 5 1/2 inches. So these papers are double-sided, so you would be able to use either side for the pattern, depending on what your project and how your project's going. So I just want to show you, I could line this up like this with the stripes on this side, or I could also turn it over and line it up with the hearts on this side. So I actually think I'm going to go with the stripes. I love this stripe. I think it's beautiful. You got to play. I've got plenty of scraps. Okay, so as I said, Margaret, you don't actually need a die cutting machine because we have a lot of punches that will work in your favor. So that is the first way I would go would be to do something similar to that. So now I need my stamp set. What did I do with the stamp set there? Okay, so there's a cute little... I actually think I'm going to use this gorgeous heart here. It's like a really... It's a beautiful... it's a heart filled with little hearts, so... which looks quite nice. So I'm going to mount that up on a block. Now it's photopolymer, so we'll be able to see through. And I'm actually going to use my Flirty Flamingo, which is up there, and my Real Red, because that's the colouring that goes with this designer series paper. So that is the beauty of Stampin' Up as well. Everything matches, everything goes together. So I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. I'm just going to stamp tone on tone, and I'm just going to stamp some of these gorgeous hearts randomly around, just to create a really cute background. So as you can see, I've created a little bit like designer series paper in the background. So then when I line my piece up, I'm actually gonna, I mis-stamped this one here, so I'm actually going to pop my piece over on this side. So see, when you mess up, you can fix your mistake by changing your design a little bit. So I'm going to use my Tombow to line those two up. So now this one here would be an 1/8 of an inch smaller, the difference in the layering here. So it would be an 1/8 of an inch smaller that you get that 1/16 of an inch border. So I'm just going to measure what that is, the width of that. So we can go from, okay, so that's 2 inches. The designer series paper, so it's 2 inches this way by 5.5 inches this way. So my Real Red piece would be 2 1/8 of an inch by 5.5, so that we get that gorgeous 1/16 of an inch border. So I'm just going to pop some Tombow on the back there and line those up. You love how everything matches, Matthew. That is the beauty of Stampin' Up. They take all the hard work out of it for us. They tell us on the back of our designer series paper what colour cardstock, what colour inks, and what colour embellishments to use. So it's super, super easy and quick to coordinate your crafting projects, which is fantastic. So because I've used the liquid Tombow, that gives me that wiggle room that I can get that 1/16 of an inch border really nice and even. And for some reason I haven't cut that exactly right, and that's going to annoy me, so I'm actually going to trim that off. Okay, so I'm just going to trim that off. And then that is ready to go on our card. So I'm going to glue that on, but I'm also going to use, I did get it out, I'm sure I got it out, the ribbon that goes with it. Yes. We have this gorgeous Real Red ribbon, and it's a satin ribbon, and it's got a gorgeous stitched edge on it as well. So I'm going to use that. I'm just going to glue that down. As I said, I'm totally winging this. I have no idea what I'm doing with this, but it's coming out all right. Not too shabby. Sometimes I feel like I create the best things when I craft on the fly. Okay, so we've got that. Now I want to pop a little bit of ribbon coming down there as well. So I'm going to grab my double-sided tape. Oh, Heather, you have arthritis and you can't use the punches. The punches aren't too bad. Some punches are hard to use. I know Stampin' Up! Punches aren't too bad. And you can actually, with our punches, because they're big and square the way they are, you can actually pop them on the table and punch down with them as well. So, but yeah, makes it a little bit. Sometimes an electric die cutting machine is fantastic for people that have arthritis problems. Push of a button, put the things on, push of a button, and it goes straight through. Fantastic. I will tell you, I do have an electric die cutting machine and I love it. But I do a lot of card prep for my Stamps Club and things, and I do lots and lots of die cutting. So I can tell you the winding it through on a die cutting machine, I'm like, much better if I've got, yeah, something that's quicker and easier. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals on the front, and I'll grab another sheet. I was trying to finish that other sheet off. Oh, there it is. I will finish it off. I love finishing off the sheets. So just pop some dimensionals on the back. And I do add dimension to most of my projects, mainly because it just adds that extra bit of oomph to your cards. Just makes it look that bit more special. Finished, one whole sheet finished. Love it. It feels like such an accomplishment to finish those last bit of dimensionals. You love the ribbon, Matthew? It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And the quality of it is really, really nice. It feels really smooth and yummy and yeah, very good quality, which is good. And we'll soon see how I go with tying a bow, whether it's really easy to tie a bow with, but we will see. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up and stick that down. So like that. Okay. Now, we have to work out what we're going to do here. I feel like I want to do a red. I do feel like I want to do a red. And I do feel like I want to do that apricot one, but I think I want it plain and smaller. So I'll see if I can. Can I do it? Can I do it? I'm just going to use the plain punch and show you how we can punch these out smaller. But I need to cut that so I can punch it out smaller. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this along here so we can punch out one of these hearts. So what do you say? Flirty flamingo heart or a red heart on our red heart there? Tell me which one. Okay, doily. Flirty flamingo. No, I think I definitely need the red. Okay, so do we want a flirty flamingo heart or do we want a red heart? Red is much better for the doily, says Wendy. Do we want flirty flamingo in the middle or do we want red in the middle? I know there's a bit of a delay, so I will wait until, and I'm going to grab a piece of Whisper White because I'm going to, okay. Although I need to go with that scallopy one because I want to put the plain white in the middle. Flirty flamingo. Okay, because I want to do a plain white in the middle. I'm going to stamp one of the sentiments, and I think I'm going to do the sentiment in real red. From my heart to yours, love you lots, roses are red. So lucky to have you, a friend like you. I think so lucky to have a friend like you sounds good. So lucky to have a friend like you. Flirty Flamingo seems to be the consensus. And that is the way we will go. Okay, so grab a small block for this one. Do I have one in here? Maybe not. Take that one off, stick it on another block. Hopefully I won't get that all over my hands. Okay, so I'm gonna ink that up in, I did get, there. I was gonna say I did get Real Red out. Ink that sentiment up in Real Red. Now, I may have to stamp this twice because it's a photopolymer stamp. It hasn't been inked up before. Although, no, that actually stamped really, oops, and look at that. I knew I would end up with red ink somewhere. A big blob. Lucky that that is not on my card. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my punch and I need to close that ink pad up before I get it everywhere. Okay. Punch out my heart, my white heart. No, I've decided to do something else. Hang on, hang on. There's another stamp in here, which I think I might use as well. I need a bigger block for that. I'll use this one. Okay, so we have a spotted heart here. So I want to use that. Okay. I can stamp that around that and then do it. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo for that. And I'll move it up so you can see what I'm doing. So this is like a stitched heart that we can do around our sentiment. So I'm just going to do that. Like that. And then I'm going to cut it out. Very, very nice. Okay, so line up that heart punch and punch it out. There we go. Okay. So let's bring in that again. And that. And that looks gorgeous, if I do say so myself. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of dimension to all of that so that it makes our sentiment pop. So I'm going to add some dimensionals on the back. Oh, look at that. Do we want to do that? Or the Flirty Flamingo? Maybe the Flirty Flamingo. No, I think I'm still going to go with the Flirty Flamingo. That looks nice. Okay. So dimensionals on the back of our heart. And on the back of this one. And on the back of this one. So you could sponge these hearts any color you would like. So that's another alternative. So if you decided to do a different color scheme, you would be able to sponge these hearts with a different color scheme. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so this one first. So I'm going to take those dimensionals off. And we're going to pop that onto that heart. Making sure we've got it nice and even all the way around. So like that. And then we'll take these dimensionals off and we'll pop it onto our doily. So appropriate. The pink hearts. So appropriate. Hearts for hearts. Okay. So we're just going to line that up in the middle of our doily, like that. And then take off those dimensionals. and pop it on like that. Isn't that looking super cute? Now we need a bow. I'm sure we need a bow. Who agrees that we need a bow? I think a bow will definitely set it off. Plus, I'm going to use some of those gorgeous faceted dots. Okay, so we're going to do a bow. So sorry, people always ask me how I do my bows. Okay, so I make sure I've got my roll, that my ribbon is the right side up. So I've got the right side on the top of my bow. I'm then going to create a loop, but I'm going to create a screw whiff loop, okay? So not a straight on top of each other loop. I'm going to wrap it around, being careful not to twist my ribbon at all. And then here, I'm just going to create a loop and push it through. But in all that process, I haven't twisted the ribbon. The ribbon has stayed the same all the way through. And that is how you get a really, really nice bow, by keeping everything all the same. And when I get it the way I want it, I keep fiddling with my loops until I get it where I want it. And then I pull the 2 loops, and I also pull the 2 tails. The reason why I pull the 2 tails is to get my tails to hang down. Hey Doris, how you going? So that is one of my tips and tricks. You pull your 2 loops up and pull your 2 tails down at the same time. And it tightens that knot in the middle, but it also makes your tails hang down. So we'll just trim that ribbon to get a nice length. I think that is looking super, super cute. Now, I do like to glue my ribbon. That's so cool, Margaret. I do like to glue my ribbon with some double-sided tape. Now, I'm going to straddle that double-sided tape over my ribbon that's coming down, as well as onto the cardstock. I just got that doily stuck in under there, which I don't want it in there. Okay, so making sure that I've got it adhered to my designer series paper as well as the ribbon, and it will hold your bow in place really nicely. And all it is about 1/2 inch of double-sided tape, and then you stick your bow into that. Okay, these are going to be the star of the show, because we want to be able to do this. I need to get my Take Your Pick tool, which is over here on the table, thank the Lord. Okay, Take Your Pick tool is fantastic for grabbing these out. So what I want to do is grab my glue dots, because these don't have glue on the back of them. So I want to pop a glue dot where I want to pop the faceted gem, and we'll be able to. So I'm going to roll the glue dot up as well to make sure it's a smaller glue dot. And I think I'm going to pop some gems up, one there. And I'm going to roll that up again. You had to pop out of the room for a few minutes to return to see a beautiful card. Thank you, Nancy. I hope it's a beautiful card. I hope you're thinking that. Okay, so I'm going to pop another glue dot there, and a third one I'm going to roll up. And I'm going to pop that down there. Okay, so now with my putty end, I'm going to pick out some of these faceted dots, and I must admit, some of the larger ones, I'm going to use that large one up there. So I'm just going to push that down into my glue dot. So they come in this, we have white, and we have like floaty flamingo, and we also have red. You could even use your glue if you want to, your Tombow glue if you want to do that. I just find that faceted dots stick better in glue dots. So I've got 3 up there. I think I'm going to pop another couple down this way as well. So I might pop one just here, and the other one maybe just here. And I'm gonna get, I think, the reddish ones. There's one. Pop it in. There's another one. Turn it over the right way. And pop it in. So is that not super, super cute? I think I'm gonna do an insert for it too, just so that, I know a lot of people say, do you not put anything in the middle? And my daughter is really funny. She says to me at times, like, I'll take a card in and I'll say, look at the card that I just made. And she'll be like, and first thing she does is she opens it up inside. And she'll be like, not good enough, Mum. There's nothing on the inside. So I'm going to make sure that she doesn't say that to me about this card. So I'm just going to trim a piece of Whisper White for the inside. Now, I'm sure this will be enough that way. 5 1/4. No, I'm going to do it the other way because we haven't got enough that way. I want 5 1/2. And it just gets rid of my red splotch there, so that's okay. 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. Okay. So that's going to fit nicely on the inside, but now I want to decorate that a little bit. So I think I'm going to bring back in my my heart that I did. There's a couple of hearts, so we might have a bit of a selection of these hearts. Every time I want to block, it's right at the bottom of my container. There's some small little hearts in here. I want to use this small heart as well. Okay. So I'm just going to grab my Flirty Flamingo again. And I'm just going to stamp an array of this beautiful heart here in the corner, like so. And then with my real red, I'm going to use these cute little heart. One there, one there, one there, and one here. Okay. What else do we have? So what did we put on the front? We did So Lucky to Have You, Have a Friend Like You. What else do we have? Being friends is better than eating candy, but let's do that too. That sounds great. Being friends is better than eating candy, but let's do that too. Okay. I'm going to do that in real red. Okay. And I'm just going to pop that down there. Look at that. Super cute. I'm feeling like I need some hearts up in that top area too. We'll do a couple of hearts up here. And some of those little red ones. Look at that. Isn't that lovely for the inside? So always bring some of the front of your card to the inside of your card. I'm just going to, I really need to, oh there's a baby white. I need to white with a baby white because I've got a bit of ink on my desk here that I don't need to go on the back of my card. So I'm just going to clean that up. Okay. And I may just grab one of my towels. and dry that. Sorry about that, it's probably making you seasick. Okay, so then I'm just going to glue that to the inside of my card. And we then have a really super special card. And you've got that gorgeous 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to bring those cards that we've made back in. Again, where did I put them all? Ah, right here beside me. Okay, so we've got the gorgeous heart card. We also have the beautiful Forever Blossoms card. And we also have the gorgeous Poppies card. So as I said to you before, if you simply cannot wait for these products, you can purchase them in your starter kit as of today and enjoy an extra month of celebration. So for celebration, for every $90 that you spend, you get a free item out of a celebration catalog. So as I said, if you're new to Stamping Up, now is the time to join. Now you can join, you wholly and solely can join just to get a 20% discount. There is quarterly minimums that you have to achieve. If you don't achieve that, you just lose your discount. So many times have I spoken to people and said, there is nothing to be scared of. It's like a dress store that's your favorite dress store saying, if you shop with me, I will give you an awesome discount. So if you wanted to check out anything that's in our online store, you can go to donnagray.stampingup.net. If you wanted to join my team, even if you go to donnagray.stampingup.net and you click on the Join Now tab or Join the Fun tab, you can purchase, you get to choose $235 worth of product for $169, and you get to purchase some of these brand new items. And if there's something that I've used today and you absolutely love and you want to add it to your starter kit, please contact me, because I'd be happy to give you some information on what products you can get in the starter kit, and I'd be happy to get you out a catalog as soon as I possibly can to get it in your hot little hands. I also have a customer loyalty program. So, sorry, I'll get rid of that. So when you become a VIP customer of mine, for every $100 increment order, you get a token. And when you have actually collected 10 tokens in a period of 12 months, so my token earning is going to end at the end of December. When you start earning in the beginning of January, when you earn 10 tokens, you get to have a $100 shopping spree with me. It's really, really worthwhile being a part of my loyalty shopper program, and I would love to have you as part of it. So hopefully you enjoyed that crafting today. As I said, any of the items can be purchased as of the 3rd of January. If you so love the items and you cannot wait until the 3rd of January, please join my Wild Heart Crafters. I would love to have you. Part of my Wild Heart Crafters, one of the perks is you get all of my online card club videos, my stamps club, and my online classes. You get all of the videos for free being part of my team. So that is another awesome perk to be a part of my Wild Heart Crafters team. Plus we get to interact in an awesome team page. We're all friends. Everybody interacts. It's a lovely, friendly, safe environment to be in. And you get lots and lots of inspiration as well. So thank you everybody for spending a bit of your time today watching me craft, and I will be live again throughout the week sometime, probably over on Facebook. I may try a live video on Facebook, maybe around Thursday, and Saturday morning I'll be live again on YouTube here. So as I said, if this is the first time you've watched, please click the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification to make sure that you get notified every time I go live or I upload a video. I've got over 200 videos on my YouTube channel, so please feel free to check them out. And all of the information is in the show more box down below. So the links to my online store, my email address, links to my Stamps Club. I do a Stamps Club For $45 per month, you get the stamp set, you get a card kit and a video tutorial. The card kit and the video tutorial is for free to make 6 cards. All you do is you purchase the stamp set that I've chosen for the month. You're not locked into the stamp set. If you don't have the stamp set, then if you already own the stamp set, you can swap it out for something of the same value, but you still get the class with the class kit and the video as well. So and if Margaret is still on here, Margaret Teasdale, if you wanted to get a catalogue, please feel free to message me and I would be happy to pop a catalogue in the post for you. I've ordered them today, so I'm waiting for them to arrive. They may take 3 to 4 business days to arrive, and once they arrive on my doorstep, I will be posting them out probably the same day. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye for now.